Japanese submarine slammed 2 torpedoes into her side, Chief. I was coming back from the island of Lahiti. Just delivered the bomb, the Hiroshima bomb. 1,100 men went into the water. Vessel went down in 12 minutes. Didn't see the first shark for about a half an hour. Tiger, 13-footer. You know how you know that, Chief? You tell by looking from the dorsal to the tail. Well, we didn't know because our bomb mission had been so secret. No distress signal had been sent. They didn't even list us overdue for a week. Very first light, Chief, sharks come cruising. So we formed ourselves into tight groups. You know, it's kind of like squares in battle, like you see in a calendar, like the Battle of Waterloo. And the idea was the shark nearest man, and he'd start pounding and hollering and screaming, and sometimes the shark would go away, and sometimes he wouldn't go away. Sometimes that shark, he looks right into you, right into your eyes. You know the thing about a shark, he's got lifeless eyes, black eyes like a dog's eyes. When he comes at you, he doesn't seem to be living until he bites you and those black eyes roll over white, and then you hear that terrible high-pitched screaming and the ocean turns red, and in spite of all the pounding and hollering, they come in and rip you to pieces. You know, by the end of the first dawn, lost 100 men. I don't know how many sharks, maybe 1,000. I don't know how many men. They average 6 an hour. On Thursday morning, Chief, I bumped into a friend of mine, Herbie Robinson from Cleveland, baseball player, bosun's mate. I thought he was asleep. I reached over to wake him up. Bobbed up and down in the water, kind of like a top. Well, he'd been bitten in half below the waist. Noon the 5th day, Mr. Hooper, a Lockheed Ventura, saw us. He sprung in low and he saw us. He'd a young pilot, a lot younger than Mr. Hooper anyway. He saw us and he come in low, and 3 hours later a big fat PBY comes down and starts to pick us up. You know, that's the time I was the most frightened. Waiting for my turn. I'll never put on a life jacket again. So, 1,100 men went in the water. 316 men came out. The sharks took the rest. June the 29th, 1945. Anyway, we delivered the bomb.